Okay, guys, here we go. Mac Jones versus Georgia. This is the first play of the game here. I think they're just trying to take a shot here, just try to, punch him in the face early in the game. And there ends up being a pass protection. The left tackle just oversets way too much, and Jones gets blindsided on this. I'm not going to put this on him, but I wanted to show it just because it is going to be on the stat line that he had the pick. So there's a left tackle bust. Ball flutters in the air. I think he's getting the look he wants. The safety's pretty flat here. If we're looking pre-snap, I think he knows like he's just going to have man-to-man here, man-to-man here. This guy's probably going to be manned up right here. And then he's going to have his one guy playing here. And if this guy's flat, let's just take our chance. And he ends up getting pressure right here. This guy oversets and gets run right through here. Nothing you could really do as a quarterback here. I wish maybe could have felt the pressure and just ate the ball right here. But I mean, right here, I think this guy maybe could run past him. Maybe not. Maybe it was a pick either way. We won't ever know, I guess. All right, so here's second play of the game. Our second play we're going to go over here later in this same drive is just an absolute dime from Mac Jones. So Georgia they've been running this boundary corner blitz. I think they run this like 4 or 5 times in this game, to be honest with you. And all it really is just they're just rolling everybody over here like this. He's going to be kind of here, man. Georgia plays a lot of like man match or cover 7, and this is what you're going to get. I don't know if Jones recognized it and knew he was going to get one-on-one with a safety that was kind of coming down, but either way, play action, finds that middle safety, takes a shot on him. It was a beautiful ball. Doesn't get better than that. So I put this play in here because of the reaction that you get from Mac after this missed throw right there, that yell. To me, that just shows he's a competitor. That means he wants to come back. He wants to come back, and he does do better on the next drive and the drive after that. I mean, he puts together a lot of nice balls. I think they have a drop on the next drive that kills the drive, but he really started to clean up his game a little bit right after that. This is, again, that corner blitz, and see, he's pointing it out, which is huge to me. Like, I'm seeing that he's recognizing it. He's telling his tackle, look for it, or if the tackle's locking on, tell your guard to look for it, depending on what they designed as going to be their pass protection. But he recognized the corner blitz. He definitely pointed it out. You're getting your guy that's here again. Your other safety's rolling middle, and then you got man, and he recognizes it, and he goes to his out, which is the open guy here. He's got him right here. Just drive him to the sideline, and he kind of short arms it. Kind of steps and falls off balance. He knows he did something wrong. His feet got a little too wide, or when he stepped, like right there, that run up made him off balance, bad throw. But I like that he showed this competitive edge, and he comes back right after that. He's pissed off about it. That's what I wanted to see. This is just awesome design here. Nick Saban, obviously you know Kirby Smart. Maybe you guys don't. Kirby Smart was a defensive coordinator for Nick Saban. So they know how to get these guys, moving and mixing and matching on defense. So what this is technically right now is he was manned up on him. And then when 87 motions across, he's going to man up on him, and he's going to drop back and take his job, his responsibility. And you got man here and man here, and that's all this is. So that's what they're doing. So now you're going to have an in route and a second in route, and we're just going to let the man coverage win and just play away from this guy. That's all this is, and I think Mac Jones knows it. I'm sure they talk about this in the QB room. They knew what they were getting on this play. Now, let me explain. So you're going to say, oh, but this guy blitzed. That's just because he's green dogging, which means that if the guy you're manned up on stays into block, that means you're going. And that's what Kirby Smart does. That's what this defense does. So if your guy stays in, you're blitzing. And you're kind of blitzing over your guy. This linebacker does it the same thing too. So right here, you got your running back here. He's kind of shadowing, realizes he's protecting. As soon as he realizes he's protecting, he's coming. but he's also coming right at him, right through him. And then he's got him in man coming out of the backfield. So that's just kind of what this defense is. Now, let me show you from Mac Jones' perspective. You think maybe, oh, he could have threw this and drove him, and then you got this down the sideline. But what I want to explain here is Mac Jones is kind of making sure this guy can't get in the play. He sees a middle field player. He's not going to be sick to his stomach over missing this late over in this window. This guy should really be driving down on this. So I love that he went right to this second window, this second out, and I'm going to show you from the back angle here what he sees. He checks that middle field player and then goes right to the outside. And that's when I know he's definitely playing quarterback. He's understanding the look he's getting. He knows what he's doing. So he's going to get his fake here, right here. He's checking his middle field player. His eyes are on him. And then you'll see, okay, right off him, second window, bang, strike down the field for 25. Like, that's when you know you're playing quarterback. And that's what I love to see from him. This is just a tight window throw. I kind of want to show his arm strength a little bit on this play. Pocket movement, trying to get him buy some time here because these are deep comeback routes or deep curl routes. I could say. Right here, same thing. Matching man to man, but 7 recognizes this and he peels back, and that's the guy that's going to kind of get in the picture here. But Mac Jones' arm and Devonta Smith coming back to the ball beats that. So I wanted to show the arm strength here. Half rolls away, sits in the pocket, delivers. Nice solid base from him. Very good throw. Right here, he's got a nice base. He's not too tight, not too narrow. Good ball. Smith comes back to it. They end up moving the sticks. This play here is beautiful by design. It's just beautiful by design. So let me explain to you what they're doing. Like I said before, Kirby Smart and Nick Saban, he was his DC. So they kind of understand this defense and how they run it. So all you're really getting here is it's man to man, but they're going to switch off. Like, they're based off this leverage. He's got outside leverage, and that's how they want to play this. And they know that because they're inside on the hash like this, these guys are playing outside leverage the whole time. So if they were out here, it would be a little bit of a different story. You see how he's shaded up on the inside because he's wide? So when he's tight like this, they're playing outside leverage, and they know they're going to get outside leverage. So what Sarkisian does here, you're going to have this player, he's going to go middle of the field. So he's not going to really be in the picture. What Sarkisian does here is he's going to run him on a deep corner, and then he's going to run Smith on a corner sit. And because of the leverage, they're not going to be able to cover this. He's going to have the lane to be able to throw into that outside leverage. So let me show you what it's doing here. By the way, Mac Jones taking a 5-step drop out of the gun, sliding, beautiful. Now you see this? He's taking it outside leverage. So Smith's going to drive him and then come back to the ball. Now if this guy falls underneath it, Sarkisian's got a guy coming here, so he could dump it if he needs to. But I mean, this is great. This is awesome. This is good football. Works back to the ball. I mean, look at that throw. Let me show you guys here from the tight here, so you could kind of see how he really rips this. 5-step slides, bang. That's 25 yards. That's a 25-yard strike. That ball doesn't leave. That ball never gets really higher than 8 feet in the air. That's a strike. That's a rip downfield. I mean, his arm is definitely stronger than Joe Burrow. I'm not comparing him to Joe Burrow, but you know, his arm strength is higher than the first overall pick. Even though some guys say, you know, he's just kind of mechanical and all that kind of stuff. I want to show this. This is just mesh. It's a mesh concept. I think it's a good read. I think he may have. I just want to show you how quick he got through this progression here. So this progression is wheel to this drag to this sit route to this over route that they're going to be running. It's going to come to this drag. And he gets to this drag pretty fast. So he's seeing the picture. He's seeing the picture very quickly. Let me show you. I want to show you the back angle of this throw so you guys could see his progression here. See his eyes here? He's on the wheel. He's checking the wheel. He's checking leverage here if this guy's here or not. He doesn't like it. Okay, so now he's already off it, right? His next guy's here. This safety's kind of bearing down on it. Now, the one thing I would have loved to see is him seeing this safety bearing down on this hitch, and he knows his speed demon Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, is going to win all the way across to the end zone. If he could just rip this right to that I, right to that R in crimson, I mean, he might have a touchdown on 3rd and 2. Now, I'm not going to hate him because it's 3rd and 2. Take the easy first down. There's literally nobody there. I'm not going to say this is a bad ball, even though it's behind, because 87 kind of shows his numbers right here, which means if you're getting fat, it means you're kind of going to sit. And I think he thinks he's going to sit, but he keeps it going. So I don't want to say it's a bad ball, and then, he takes a nosedive after. Not very athletic. But let me show you. See this safety breaking down on this. If he did notice that, he knows that this guy's got that whole back. Now, that's like NFL type stuff. If he could have saw that. See Smith's winning across the face with this guy bearing down on this middle hitch route. But not going to hate it. I think that's over criticizing a little bit. I think it's 3rd and 2. I think he takes his guy. I'm not gonna even critique the throw because 87 does show number right here, which usually means if you're showing full number, that means you're sitting right here. And then he kind of keeps it going after he shows full number. So I'm not gonna be mad about that throw. So this 3rd and 3 here, he ends up taking a sack. I wanted to show this because I think he should have been playing this side of the field. So this is really a snag concept. And it may be an option, it may not be an option. I'm going to let it run through. So your basic snag is this corner route with your snag route and your flat, right? So you're creating the triangle. Right here, he just got an in route and a vertical. I think he thinks, all right, I got man-to-man here, right here. Let's just let my guy win and let's get the first down on 3rd and 3. But I'm seeing split field coverage here. I'm seeing middle field open. So is Jalen Waddle. And when you have Jalen Waddle seeing middle field open, sometimes you got to take it. I think he's playing a little too conservative. You got to think it's his 4th start. They're going against Georgia. It's number 2 versus number 3. I think he's playing a little too conservative, and I think it hurts him because later on in the year, you start to see him really rip the ball downfield sometimes when he gets these opportunities. But right here, you got your snag. I don't really like it. You have this. I don't really like it because this could be here. This could be here. But you got Jalen Waddle maybe one-on-one to break off a safety with this guy trailing underneath him at the very worst. Now, I'm taking Waddle breaking off a safety with middle field open all day long. And I would have liked to see him do this just because this is a 50-50 on a guy that's going to be playing the sticks. Once he gets that in-breaking route, he's driving on that. I'm telling you right now. Like, he's going to drive on the sticks. He's not going to give up a 3rd and 3 slant free. So I would have liked to see Mac Jones play here because look at Waddle here. Now Waddle's coming right through there. See that? He with that win. I mean, he's definitely beating this guy. Look at this guy. There's no way he can chase. It's not possible. So I would have really liked to see Mac Jones throw this here or even be like in his head, right? All right, I'm going to play this slant. If this isn't here for whatever reason, I know where my second guy is and it's going to be Waddle going middle field. Like I would have liked to see him, okay, pump fake that, and then, okay, let me find my second guy here. So like right here, he doesn't like it, right? Now reset your feet. Don't panic. Flip. Strike right down the middle of the field. Like that's what I really would have liked to see, and I think he didn't do that, and it bothers me a little bit because I really would have liked to see that. This, I think, is just a good. I think it's a good play design, and I think it's a little bit of an underthrow. But I'm not sure what they teach in their quarterback room. You know, like when you got a guy like Waddle running, you don't want to ever overthrow him because an underthrow could be PI, or you're letting our guy make a play. You're letting your guy make a play. He could have drove him downfield like another 2-3 yards, and it could have been even a bigger play, but Waddle's able to come back to it and make the play. So I don't know. In their quarterback room, they're telling him, listen, give our guy a chance. Never overthrow him. Never overthrow him. If you're going to miss short. So he's trying to miss short. That could be a purposeful thing. It could be him being inaccurate here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not going to knock him because it is a completion. It's a beautifully designed play. So let's just go quick defensive standpoint, what he's looking at here. He's got man-to-man. He's got man-to-man here. And he's going to have this linebacker manned up right here on him. He's got two safeties here. The play design should hold this safety down because I think he's going to come in and out, and they're probably playing off of this guy. If he were to sink, let's drive this ball out here to the sideline. If he doesn't, then get it to Waddle. So he's going to come in. He sees him. See how he sees him? All it takes is 2 seconds for his eyes to be locked here. Mac Jones recognizes it, sees that that's the window, and he throws it there. So I think this is good quarterback play from Mac Jones. I think the ball could be better, but I think he's seeing the picture the right way. This is another scenario of that corner stop route. But I put this in here because this shows split decision quarterback play that I love to see. So right here, he's sliding, right? He's pointing, okay, we don't have the leverage, just keep going, I'll throw you open. But Smith doesn't see it. You'll see from the back angle, I have the tight of this. But I mean, other than that, great throw, great way to work back to it, all of the above. But let me just show you here. He's getting his man, he knows he's getting man-to-man. His eyes are on this safety. He sees him eyeing up number 2 across the field, right? He sees it. So he's like, okay, now I'm coming to Smith. Now I know I got my one-on-one corner sit route. Now he's drifting towards it, and he's like, you know what? You could win here. Show me face. Show me face. I'll point you. He doesn't have the leverage. He's pointing him, right? Smith doesn't see it. He's pointing him. Smith doesn't see it, and he rips this. Now he comes back, and he's like, all right, let's just run the play. Let's run it how it's designed. I'll throw you open. You come back to the ball, and we'll take a 20-yard chunk. But as a quarterback, when I'm pointing, right, I'm thinking all the way, I'm throwing this corner around no matter what. Once I'm pointing, right? But he was able to, quickly adjust and rip this sidearm down the field 20 yards. I think that was one of his most impressive plays of the season, to be honest with you. He's pointing. His guy doesn't see it, runs the route anyway, the original route, and just rips it 20 yards on a strike with a guy in his face. I think that was one of his most impressive plays of the season. It showed quick thinking. It showed arm strength, all the above. This is just an RPO. This is a counter. This is a counter RPO. So you're going to have your guard pulling around, your H-back pulling through up to the backer. And I guess they would be reading this safety if he's coming down or not. But he's kind of so deep. This is an RPO, but there's literally nobody to read because it would be this backer or this safety that would be standing here, and then this guy would be back. But in this scenario, there's literally nobody to really read. So he just comes out and just bangs it. Just a nice little glance route. Nice, maybe a slant. Maybe he didn't get deep enough to call it a glance, but there's nobody to really read here. He's really just reading this window, and there's nobody there. So he just puts it in Najee's stomach just to really suck that backer in, this backer in. So there's just a giant window here to throw. I think it's a good job. I think it's a good ball. It shows that he can do the RPO game now, which that's, maybe question marks about him, and they always call him, the check down quarterback. But he could do the RPO stuff, and he could do it at a high level. So this is mesh. That's all this is again. We saw it earlier where I told you he came all the way back and he found the guy for 3rd and 2. Maybe if he waited, he could have hit that guy deep. So this is just mesh again, but the play design is what makes this special. And I think Mac Jones recognizes the play design, and that's why I wanted to show this. So I have the tight of this. This is just a good, from a general basic standpoint, this is a good hole shot throw in between two guys, right? But let's try to play X's and O's here. So you're pushing this guy over. You're pretty much doing this is a 3-on, this is a pretty much a 3-0 set here. And then he's going to put Najee here, which makes us 4 receivers on one side. He's going to bring him over. All right, so this guy is responsible for Najee Harris on the wheel. So what Sarkisian does here is mandatory outside release this guy. And you'll see 87 here. You'll see him. He kind of plays with 11. Like he's playing with him for sure. That is 100% intentional. He's trying to get wide right here. And then once he realizes he's getting wider than him, and because Georgia's not letting this guy get that release outside. He's not going to let it happen. So he's going to get outside. So 87's going to play with him, dance with him, and then he's going to take his release because he knows the more time he plays with him, the more time Najee's getting separation on the wheel. Mac Jones is looking right at it. He's noticing it. Bang. Good throw, good ball. But I just wanted to show you because that was, I think, a good look for, Mac Jones understanding the offense or wanting what they want to do. This is just an absolute dime. Man-to-man again. I mean, Georgia's showing it again. Look, this guy's down. Got a middle field player. Man. So Sark's going to motion it so that we get this guy coming down, taking him out of the play so that middle field player is now like out of it because now he's got to drop all the way back to middle field. And once you do that, you can't really play this. So all they're going to do is run like a kind of like a corner route, and then he's going to run like a slant or an under route right underneath it. And I think he just knows he's got man-to-man with one of the best receivers in the country. So he sees it. He's rolling down. He's calling to him. He's telling him, all right, you got my job. I'm coming down. I got your guy. And Mac recognizes it. He's like, all right, I got one-on-one. Let it rip. Touchdown. Great back shoulder ball, by the way, on this. Awesome back shoulder ball. So let me just show you real quick Mac Jones' eyes. So he does go through a progression here. You could see he's on the slant. He's on the under route. He's on that first initially because you're going to see his eyes flip. Watch. Right there. Now I'm like, okay, I'm on here because I know that corner isn't falling off. So now what's this guy's leverage? This guy is playing, that corner's playing outside leverage. Let me go back here. So right here, he realizes this corner has outside leverage. He's playing him outside, so Mac's going to just throw it back here and let Smith go make a play. That's the stuff you start to notice with Mac Jones is that he's playing leverage. He's playing with a lot of leverage, and he's throwing away from leverage. And he gets smacked on this throw, too. If you watch, this guy's coming free off the edge. Bang. And he plays with leverage and throws an absolute dime for a touchdown. That's the nail in the coffin. Bye-bye, Georgia. Mac Jones is 4-0.